Hi, this is Kathleen from Bailey Academy, mom of 5, homeschooling 3 of them, ages 9, 12, and 16. Today is a collab with the Secular and Free Homeschool, though she's having some issues with her YouTube account, so Michelle G is hosting the playlist. So when you're done watching my video about homeschool misses, what's not going well in our school this year, you can check out the playlist below and go and check out the other secular, mostly homeschoolers who are talking about what their misses are, what's not going well in their homeschool. I have only one thing that I want to talk about. What's not going well in our homeschool is writing, both handwriting and just writing. My kids, and by kids I mean the 2 younger ones, do not like writing. They do not print well. They don't know cursive. I've only been homeschooling them for a year, so school didn't teach them cursive and apparently didn't teach them to print very well because it's an atrocious mess. I started cursive this year, at the beginning of this year, figuring that, they were grade 3 and grade 5 at the beginning of this year. So, grade 3 and grade 6 at the beginning of this year. So I figured it'd be a good time to do cursive. And I got workbooks from Amazon. And the books are okay. They're not like amazing or anything, but there's nothing wrong with them. The cursive is hard, so I get it's messy in the beginning, so I wasn't too worried about that. Like, they're trying. But then it occurred to me that their printing is nowhere near, like, I was wondering if my youngest had dysgraphia. But then today we're starting our very first project, and all of a sudden she can write fairly neatly. And I said, if you can write neatly, then why aren't you? At least, like, I'm not talking like perfect neatly, but like legible. And she's like, oh, well, this is a project, it has to be neat. I'm like, all of your work is supposed to be neat. There are so many times when she can't even write her own writing that I tried to explain to her that, you see how this is a problem? Like, you can't even read what you wrote to, move the information from this page to this page, or from this thing to this chart, or whatever you need to do. And she's like, she has to bring it to me to read her writing. It doesn't make sense to me. So I know a lot of it is laziness, but I don't know how much to push. I don't want to have to make her rewrite everything, but I feel like, is that going to help her learn, or is that just going to frustrate her more? She's already easily frustrated. So I don't know what to do for next year. This year we gave up cursive in November. We did September, October, November. Give it up. And then I started giving her printing practice to try and do that, and she mostly just races through, but she can do it fairly neatly. But when she goes to write, I'm telling you, it's not just that it's messy writing. I've seen people post in Facebook groups saying, my child's writing, this is their age or grade. Is it bad? Could she have dysgraphia? And I look at it and I say, and they're like, this, my child's 13, this is their writing. And I'm like, that's neat, or not 13, sorry. They're like, this is my child, she's 6 or she's 7, and this is how she writes. And I'm like, my child is 9 and writes messier than that. You're fine. But I get the worry. Everybody worries, and somebody else might not think my kid is that messy, but that's not true. It's not just a matter of, I think it's too messy and I'm expecting perfection. My printing is fairly messy if I'm not trying to make it neat too. But it's legible. That's what's important. And so I don't know what to do about handwriting for next year. Do I give one or both of them printing practice? Do I do cursive? Do I just do cursive with the older one and printing practice with the younger one? What do I use? I love the look of Good and Beautiful handwriting, but they don't ship to Canada without extravagant pricing, and I don't know if I want to print off a whole bunch of sheets when I already print off sheets for other stuff. I'd rather have something cheap from Amazon that works, or curriculum that's like can ship to me that is really not that expensive, because I don't really pay for curriculum the most. So a workbook from Amazon would be best. But I just don't know what to do, and it's not working. It's a big mess this year. Cursive just went handwriting, and in general writing, if you can't, I'm sorry if you can hear the washing machine in the background, if you can't print or write neatly, it makes it a lot harder. And also, my daughter's spelling is bad. We're working on that. That makes it hard to do writing, because you're constantly saying, how do you spell this? Or, oh, I can't read my writing now. What did I put down to finish what I was going to say? Did I already say this? Or so we've been doing very little writing, and it's like pulling teeth with them. Every time I'm like, okay, like today, as I said, we're trying to step it up because next year they're going to be in grade 4 and grade 7. So they need to be at a higher level. So I said, my grade 3, write one paragraph. The paragraph was 3 to 5 sentences, 2 paragraphs for the older one. He's in grade 6. He should be writing more than that. But whatever. Let's start with that. And my grade 6 did fine. Did great. I mean, it's a little messy, but like it was mostly legible. And his writing, like, talent itself was well done. But getting my one to write 3 sentences was like pulling teeth. And they were the 3 simplest, boring sentences ever. So I don't know what to use for next year. I'm not big into buying, like, I can't buy like Brave Writer. I can't buy like a writing curriculum. But if there's a workbook or textbook or guidebook that would help with either handwriting, cursive, or writing that you know about, that's $20 or under and ships to Canada, please let me know in the comments. And if you have, like, really, if you have any advice about that at all, about any of those, where should I do? I have, like I said, going to be grade 4 and grade 7 next year, those 2. So I feel like they both should be doing cursive, but if the younger one is just too messy with printing, I'm thinking she shouldn't be trying cursive yet. Although I've heard some people say that cursive makes your printing neater, but it did not work for us for a few months that we did it early this year anyway. Can't think if there's anything else I wanted to say. Just that writing has been going in our homeschool. And any suggestions anyone has would make me very happy. And don't forget, after you comment and give me your thoughts, maybe like and subscribe if you want, to check the playlist below for the other Collab videos about their homeschool misses, and maybe you have advice for some of them, or just, oh, that works, that's like that for me too, so you can make them feel not alone, because I know that's why I like to share things with you guys, and I love the comments. And thank you to Secular and Free Homeschool and Michelle G for helping host this collab. Thanks. Bye.